Prices of properties are increasing sporadically. For example, a property selling for 100 million naira before, you could call back and they are telling you it's already selling for 120 million naira. Now, what exactly is the reason behind this sporadic increase in the prices of properties in Nigeria? Now, my name is Adeola Sanusi. I am your best real estate guide in Africa, providing you the best real estate properties for investment and residential living in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, we're going to be talking about the major reasons why prices of properties have been sporadically increasing in Lagos, Nigeria, or in Nigeria in general. Now, the number one reason is because of the devaluation in the naira. So we see that dollar has been appreciating against the naira, and we know that over 25% of the materials, composition of materials used in these buildings, in the projects, in the building projects, or in the construction industry are actually imported. So that automatically means that we need more naira, obviously, to buy those products, those raw materials, and eventually that means that prices actually have to be increased, to cover for that depreciation in naira. Another major factor is the removal of fuel subsidy. So we see that due to reduced purchasing power on a general level, due to some certain government policies, we see that the prices of all these raw materials have actually increased, sporadically. Then we also always see that a lot of burden is actually on the imported products or materials that are being used in building these houses, and that's like one of the major reasons why we see increased price every now and then. So for example, a bag of cement that was selling for about 6,200 last year is currently selling for more than 15,000 per kg or per bag. So that automatically means that cost of production has gone over 300%, understand? Then even the iron rod that were being sold per ton at about 400,000 naira are currently selling for over 1 million naira. So what happens then is that we have the materials being used are divided into two, right? We have the ones that are locally provided and we have the ones that are actually imported. The ones that are imported are affected by naira devaluation, they are affected by the increase in excise duties by the CBN and whatnot. While the ones that are locally provided are also affected by increase in cost of production on the internal basis. Labor cost is increasing because your laborers are actually really asking for higher wages, essentially because the cost of living has increased. So we see a lot of factors leading directly to increase in prices over and over again. But one of the major questions people ask me is, okay, a property that has already been built, why exactly are we seeing increase in the price of these properties when they are already being built? So what happens is, one of the major logic of developers generally is that whenever they want to sell a particular property, they have in mind to reinvest the revenue gotten from that particular sale into the area where that particular property is. So for example, if a developer built a property in Osapa, London, Lekki, and is selling for 200 million naira. Now what he is expecting is that the moment he sells that property, he's looking to use that amount to buy another plot of land in that same axis so he can build again. But when he goes back, when he collects the 200 million and he goes back into the market and is asking to buy a property or a land to build again, and they are telling him the land is now selling for 250 million. So you see that at the end of the day, that's one of the major factors. That's one of the major reasons why they'll tell you they cannot sell for that price anymore, because the cost of reinvestment is already increasing sporadically, you understand? So that's one of the major reasons why the major advice I give my clients right now is, number one, if you want to buy a property, you're interested in buying a property, the first thing you need to understand is, if you're earning in dollars, you're a diaspora, like you're a Nigerian in diaspora, first off, your purchasing power has increased. If before you can buy a property worth 50 million, there's every tendency that now, since you are earning in dollars, you most likely will be able to afford a property that's worth 100 million. If you were able to afford only a 500 million naira property before, now you most likely can afford a 900 million or a 1 billion naira property. So what happens now is, since you have more purchasing power, one of the things you can take advantage of is the ability to negotiate. Whenever these developers see that you're looking to pay outrightly, they will most likely be able to still slash down the prices and go ahead. So one of the major things right now is you cannot waste time. If you find a property you like, the next thing I advise is run due diligence. Due diligence does not take more than 24 hours majority of the time. The moment you do due diligence, ensure you commit yourself and start making payments, because as time, like based on what we are seeing currently, prices are increasing every now and then. Like we literally confirmed a particular property selling at 90 million about a week ago. We reached out to the developer again. He's saying he's selling it for 110 million and it's not going down in its price. You understand? So what happens then is those clients that already saw the property before, they liked it, they wanted to go ahead with it, but they were stalling. You understand? So that's the thing. You should not stall when you see a property you like. Now you have more purchasing power. If you're earning in dollars, if you're earning in naira as well, it is fine. You can also still buy based on your budget. But the thing is, one of the things I tell people is, most of the time, especially in the developing country like Nigeria, you do not see prices of things go up and come down later. Most of the time, they remain on that level, or maybe they just stabilize for a period of time. So don't start looking forward to okay, price will still go down later. No, this is the time. If you found the property you like, this is exactly the time to take action, take the step. Don't even hesitate at all. That's one of the major things I would definitely advise anyone right now. And we've got a lot of listings. You can check our Instagram page. It is directly on your on the screen right now. You can check Excelums on Instagram and on Facebook as well. You see we have lots of properties, lots of new listings in different axes in Lagos, in Lekki, in Ikoyi, in Ajah. You see lots of options. If you're looking to buy any property right now, this is the best time for you to take action. You don't even want to delay it. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Cheers.